Following the recent all-student vote, I sat down with Union President Alex Hovden to discuss the results. So, hello Alex.
Hi there, how you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Surviving, you
Surviving,
know how it goes. Yeah.
So we just finished Freshers.
Yeah.
So as Union President, you must have gone to a lot of events.
Yes, most of them, yeah.
Yeah. What was your favourite event?
Probably for me it was Freshers Ball.
Oh yeah, Freshers Ball.
Yeah. It was a great atmosphere. We had such a good range of acts on. We had Becky Hill, we had Sing Matt, and we had Majestic in the building.
Yeah, so we just had the student votes. And so it's been announced that 70 to 30 students have voted to rebrand back to Susu.
That's correct.
Yeah, so can you tell us more about what's next for the rebrand?
So what we'll be doing next is working out a plan of action for how to implement the will of the students. We're going to trustee board in November for their approval on various expenditure elements of that. And we will then let the students know what the next steps are from there, following what the students wanted to do.
Good, that's really nice to hear. Yeah, so were you surprised that so many people voted that the main reason they were at university was to get a qualification rather than to learn?
In a way, not really, no.
Yeah.
I think that if you'd asked the same question about 10 years ago, you would have got the opposite answer. But what that question will allow us to do is that will allow us to focus our services that we offer at the union more on supply to like employability.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense to want to get your 9 grand's worth of,
Precisely,
out of university. But yeah, so it's quite interesting that so many people now, do you think people are more focused on getting grades now than drinking, or is it still?
But I think that what we're seeing is there's a lot more pressure on therapists like the library.
Yeah.
Because people are much more academically focused on their work, on their grades than in previous years.
Well, tuition fees are voted the most important campaign that students want running because it's rising again, as tuition fees are.
It will be, yes. So the government have got higher education and research bill, which is currently going through Parliament at the moment.
Yeah.
That will allow universities to raise tuition fees by inflation every year. Now the reason why universities want to do this is because when the 9 grand fee came in, the universities weren't getting any more income from the government. But ever since then, the cost of running a university, start cost of that, has gone up by inflation every single year.
Oh,
but the income is stayed exactly the same. Therefore you can understand why universities need more income.
Yeah.
But the government don't seem willing to give them that income, therefore who has to suffer? Unfortunately, it's a student. That does not mean that we as a union are sitting back and letting them do that. We as a union are committed to actually challenging the government for their overall strategy for higher education funding. We're also lobbying the university to help us with that campaign because the university are part of the Russell Group, and the Russell Group carries a lot of firepower to force the government to do stuff.
Good, that's really nice to hear. So yeah, they also voted on, it was 4 campaigns altogether, wasn't there? There was mental health that came second after tuition fees, and then consent, sexual consent, and then housing was voted 4th. But there was only 10 votes between sexual consent and housing.
Yeah.
So why do you think prioritising sexual consent is so low on people's lists?
I think nationally speaking, sexual consent have been portrayed in the media to be this hugely controversial issue, when actually it's not. It's pretty clear cut to me. You have to give sexual consent for any kind of sexual conduct or activity. It's clear to me that is the case. However, that's not how the media portrayed. The media portrayed as sexual consent is a controversial thing that nobody has a clue about.
Yeah.
I think that many students don't really understand the extent of the issue on university campuses. So I think that's probably why that's come so frankly worryingly low. The question was, the union running these 4 campaigns, we will still be running those 4 campaigns. That question was just to get a sense of what student priorities actually are, so that we know what will have the highest impact on their on lives of students.
Yeah. So Alex, if people want to discuss these issues further or get hold of anyone to talk about these, how should they go about doing that?
There's the Twitter at Southampton Press. There's also facebook.com/SouthamptonPress, add me on there. There's also email press@southampton.ac.uk, or of course come down to South office and come and find me in person. I'd be more than happy to chat with you about what's going on.
Okay, great. Well, it's been lovely talking to you. Very informative.
No, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.